it is time for Family Sport, and we do have our family coach in physical studio with us, Rose Mbaye. But let me tell you what we are talking about today, right? You know, with the festive season coming around and everything, we want to help you negotiate, talk through some of these things, okay? So we are talking about family disputes during the festive season. So what are some of the reasons that bring disagreement between families during the festive season? So Rose, take it away.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Great discussion. Wow.
Yes.
It's Christmas, as you can see.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
You're right next to the tree.
Yes, I'm next to the tree. Now, Christmas.
Yes.
Let's talk about festive seasons. Shida tunakwanga nayo ni people have a lot of assumptions. Assumption, this is a festive season, I'm supposed to be taken to Dubai,
Mombasa.
And someone else thinks this is a high time for me to prove to my mother that I married someone who can cook chapos, a whole meal. So here we are. Expectations. People have different expectations. By the time people are getting married, you should actually have what we call lenses. Lenses is my world. It informs my world view.
Okay.
Maybe I come from a family where festive seasons is a time to go home and celebrate as a family. You could be coming from a place where festive season, my friend, ni kwenda holiday. So, dispute itakosa aje. So, lack of planning and lack of we say if you fail to plan, you plan
to fail.
So basically that is what I can answer.
Okay.
But then we are talking about holidays and all these other things, but also we forget when we come together as a family, my husband and me, the wife, we have different families. As much as it's one unit and we're supposed to be one big happy family, we cannot dive away from the fact that ukweli we have different families and wote wako different places. Say mine wako Ukambani huko, wengine wako Ujaluoni, mwingine ako huku. So how do you agree on which place to go when?
Wow. That one informs us something we call building a culture. You could have come from this culture. Culture is not Kenya culture inakwanga watu wanafikiria ni Mkamba, Mkikuyu, what. Culture is you and your spouse. You need to come from your family of origin and build this particular family culture called our culture, our family culture. This is where, if like the example I gave earlier, kama unakuja kutoka kwa family yenye tunaenda Ocha na mwingine holiday, you agree, we as this family, how do we want our festive season to look like?
Okay.
This is a point where at times you need to wear your spouse's what we call lens. Maybe the whole village is there, or rather the whole clan is there. At times you need to lower your standard and say, anyway, because this is something that they appreciate, we could have a day to go and visit and then do our thing as a family.
Okay.
At times also we need, because if you don't now have one culture as a family, you'll forever have conflicts. Because I want to go home, you want me to go to your family.
Yes.
Why can't I go home? Oh, mimi niende home. Oh, kwetu lazima kuje. Oh, mama yako hanipendi. You know, all these things will start, falling. So we need to get to a place where you want to have a family culture. Yes.
So how much should you compromise? The way you said, like, people come from, different families. So if you come from a family where festive season is for traveling, you go to Mombasa, you go to Dar es Salaam, you go, and then your partner, ni wa Ushago. Now Ushago kwao, there's no running water. You have to go fetch, water from the river. You have to, you have to use a 3-stone. Like, how much should you compromise as the person on the other side?
It's all about, you can say, fine, according to me, this is what I would like. According to you, this is what you feel. So how about making this Christmas a holiday, and then that Christmas a place to go home, to travel.
Okay.
And the other one, actually, we can now decide we are neither traveling, doing this, now we are doing our own thing. Because you see, you have a family. We could, this Christmas, the other Christmas, we travel.
Okay.
We also have in very many seasons, we have Easter, but at least you need to have a structure where you know very well, this is how we do our things as this family.
So instead of going for like 1 week, can you go for like a day and then go back?
To the other
because
one.
I can imagine if you've come from, we call it the soft life background, and then
you.
you have to go and chota maji, you have to use a jiko. Like, can you compromise that way? Can you say, instead of you going like for a week by yourself, we go for a day, we come back?
I think that one falls under something that we need to discuss later, maybe in one of these shows. But then as well, you know, the fact that kwenu mnachota maji mnafanya hiyo kazi yote, it's not a must because mimi nikienda home uniambie nifanye hiyo kazi.
Yeah, mimi sifanyangi.
Let's all agree, yeah? If I personally come from Rift Valley, Rift Valley atuchotagi maji na
mtungi.
Kwetu ni kama ni kulima unalima na tractor as we are, you know. If I come home
Ukambani.
Ukambani
mnaenda kilomita kadhaa.
Yes.
You must not make your wife do what you do. I want to repeat. You must not make your wife do what your sisters and your mom do. Please, this is your wife.
Yes.
If you're going home for the sake of taking your wife for a vacation, for a holiday, your wife is not...
She's your guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is she your guest?
No, she's your ushago. She's a guest. Yes, you huko.
Ni guest.
Anafika kipewa leso apike ugali kubwa.
Guest si unakaa unaletewa vitu.
Hiyo siku moja.
Maybe what we can say, you may need, at times we have a lot of confusion during the weddings, tunaambiwa shika leso, sasa huko tunafanya hivi. All this is drama.
Yeah.
But try to understand your wife. You know the struggle she's gone through. Some of them, maybe some people hata wako na CS. Usiende kuambia, sasa it's like you're making your wife
do everything.
Some of this reason do make your wives hawataki kwenda home.
True.
Because of how they are mistreated. Basically, it's about harmony.
Yes.
When I mean, just assume I'm your guest as a mother-in-law.
Exactly.
Others inakuanga kama umerushiwa mama yangu, sasa utajua Kenya haujui.
And that's true.
Exactly.
Because when you look at it from a different lens, where when my husband goes to my family, apewi leso. Anatritiwa kama. But then it's different when as a wife you go to unapewa leso. So I don't know why it's usually like that, and it's a culture that we've continued to pass it down to generations. So how do you say humbly no? Like umepewa na mother-in-law leso, haya twendeni tukaribu.
Some women just don't like
how
to
do you
cook.
say no?
This is a responsibility of your spouse.
Okay.
I always say this, ukianza kusema nana about siendangi kulima, you be labeled. But your husband should be in a position to say,
my wife
hello,
doesn't.
my wife comes from Ukambani, hajui kwenda kwa mto kunini, you know?
Yeah.
So here, there are those basic things that you learn. Maybe you learn their culture, what they do, and you will really enjoy it. But si utole bando moja ya unga ambiwe, ende ukapike. And maybe yes, and actually some people will say, mimi si huku kuna brother yangu alioa, so mimi sitaamka kupika. So it becomes more of a slavery.
Yeah.
Basically, it is always good to love doing whatever they do when there is harmoni, when there is genuineness.
And
you
so
know,
it has to be you wanting as a wife.
and as a spouse, please protect your wives. Ni uzuri mwambie hapana, why is it only my wife anapika hizi chapo? I mean, mom, just
tuko wanawake wangapi hapa,
you know? Yeah.
Because unajua pia ma sisters wanakuanga pia wameketi hivi.
Wanakuja
acha tuone
exactly. Yeah, tuone huyu hata hajui kupika, and you see you as a man.
What if you don't even like to cook?
Ulitoa huyu bibi. You see, and harmony and the right intentions when you're doing this. But it comes to, if you want your wife to come home for a show, or rather coming for just a family, let's be harmonious. And of course, like what you're talking about the sisters-in-law and the famous mother-in-law, you can have a sweet place to stay if there is harmony.
Yes.
But as a man, protect your wives. Otherwise, holiday takuanga mambo every time you want to go home.
That's my biggest takeout.
Yes. Tafakari hayo.
Protect.
Tafakari hayo as we take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Thank you.